Hello everyone, and thank you for visiting my channel. This is Ted, and the purpose of my channel is to actually, started out being that I would travel and walk through arcades all over the United States, and the idea was you could check out the arcade before you went. And so that has grown into my own personal arcade, which is a virtual arcade. So let's start off with what I have in here. I fill my virtual arcade and my personal arcade about once or twice a year because the machines change over quite frequently. This is a Game King. It's a multi-game card-playing Keno slot machine. It's made by IGT, which is the #1 slot machine manufacturer in the world. They do it all, soups to nuts, nuts to bolts. So moving on through this, you can see the reflection. Let me see if we can take care of that. The reflection is off of my jukebox, and I'll just go ahead and power that off real quick. And basically what happens is that I have a Donkey Kong machine that has many games in it, but the one I like is Donkey Kong, of course. I do have the original board, but due to space constraints in this small room, I've gone ahead and created a multi-game machine. I have over 2,000 games in my game room. That's from arcade, and then I have about 63 slot machine games, I think it is. It's a custom board, it's been modified. And I just really like this cabinet because it's just to die for. The original Donkey Kongs, a lot of people don't know this, were red. And then they changed over to blue later on. So I like this, it's more original than anything. Okay, and then I have a virtual pinball arcade, which means this plays just virtual pinball. It uses the Addams Family original licensed artwork. And I'll show you how I use this. Now, this is the Addams Family table. They're creaky and they're spooky, they're kooky and they're kooky. It's all here, it's the Addams Family. And so the back glass works. For official pinballers, you know about what's called the DMD, the dot matrix display. And then the play fields. So I think this one has like probably over 800 titles in it. And I have a little bit of stuff on up on the windows inside of here. I have Sport of Kings, which is a community slot player game, which is horse racing. I worked at the company that invented this game. It was called Multimedia Games, and they've been purchased by Every Games. And you can find their slot machines in casinos all the way from Vegas, Louisiana, and even Alabama. Okay, I'm going to make my way around here. This is the jukebox I just turned off because it was kind of bright, but it's kind of cool. And then I have a Super Pac-Man. Now, the Super Pac-Man is also a multi-game because, again, I'm really stretched. I think it's for space. This room is 74 inches by 90 long, so not very big. And it's a weird shape. Just added onto the house. This one's kind of cool. I've got the trackball, and then I have several buttons and a nice backlit joystick with 1 and 2 player buttons. I really like the authenticity of the coin doors. Now here's something that you don't see every day, and with home arcades you get all kinds of neat options. This is a potentiometer. It's a volume control. So it's in attract mode. Attract mode is what allows people to look at games before they play them, and it attracts you to the game. It was an idea they came up with in the arcades. And then I kind of came up with something, I'll tell you. This is a Crosley jukebox. And I came up with something in this arcade that you might not see very many places. I have my own high scoreboard, and it is an LED scoreboard. For some reason, Ted's the only person that has high scores here, but I added some effects, you know, to kind of make it cool, and then cruise across, and I think it's awesome. I mean, you know, if you have a high scores board in your arcade, it doesn't get any better than this, actually. So check it out. So it scrolls and says, okay, here's Donkey Kong. So I kind of use it to keep track of my scores, okay? So as you can tell, I'm okay at Donkey Kong, and here's Miss Pac-Man. That's the sped up version. I'm at 121,000 right now, and you know, things are getting better. I'm learning more about the game as I go along. If you're watching this, I'll just tell you, there is a secret to Miss Pac-Man, and I'm going to say it verbally. If you eat all the fruits on every level up through and past the 3rd level into the 4th, the fruit will last longer when it goes back to the 3rd level. Try it out, give it a shot. But this is my Crosley jukebox, and I'll tell you, it's awesome. It has, that's a lot of hyperbolic speech we get these days. It has a Bluetooth receiver right there. So when you power it on, you can turn the light on, and I'll show you. And these lights rotate in colors. It has a single CD player along with a remote, and this Bluetooth receiver is really amazing. What you do is you take it and transmit from your phone or any other Bluetooth device. This will receive it and then play through the jukebox, right? So you can go up and down and back and forth on all these songs that you want, just like any other. It has a single CD. And so I basically am looking to sell my arcade. So if you know anybody that's interested in this, you get over 2,000 games, a slot machine, a Donkey Kong, an Addams Family. I mean, this is just an amazing setup. And it goes for $10,000. That includes delivery within the lower 48 states. This is Ted. I'm signing off from my virtual arcade. And I would really like it if you haven't subscribed to my channel, feel free to subscribe.